From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, Joe Coy. With Gina Grad on news and Bald Brian on sound effects. And now, still mad that Tom Hanks stole the Mr. Rogers role from him, Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get the mandate. You get it on now. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for telling a friend. We love when you hit the share button on your smartphone, right, Gina Grad?
That's right.
Handball, Brian. I hope they don't find out I'm not a stand-up.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Coy, stand-up, coming in and found out about Kobayashi's talking trash against Chestnut.
Uh-oh.
So we may
on our own
dust off
soil.
some of that.
On our own soil, no less.
I guess so. So we got that to look forward to. So we'll hopefully get Joe to drop an old school rant, old school voice, which was Kobayashi.
He called on the radio show to Kobayashi.
He was Kobayashi just before he was Joe Coy on the radio show.
What do you mean?
What I mean is...
He was only Kobayashi.
When you,
Oh, yeah, he called in character.
I was Mr. Bircham before I was Adam Carolla. Adam Carolla had no... didn't carry any
Didn't have any
weight.
juice.
Nobody knew who Adam Carolla was.
Right.
Bircham, they could figure out. I think Joe Coy, before anyone knew or cared about Joe Coy, was Kobayashi.
This would have for sure been 06 because the whole thing was he just started making fun of Tad for being fat, and Tad was only around for 06.
Right.
And yeah, Joe was not a known entity at that point. He called in and just did a hilarious Kobayashi.
All right, so stuff to complain about. Oh, we're doing which would weigh more, something Big Tad or whatever.
We should find some clips of that. It's really good.
A vending machine or things, a full vending machine. All right, this half of the show brought to you by RocketMortgage.com/Am, TommyJohn.com, Castrol Challenge, and JB Weld as well.
Sorry, I gotta ask. What's Tad's brother's name? Cash Thunder and Lightning?
That's a casino.
What?
Cash
T
Thunder's an Indian
Chance
casino.
Thrasher.
Thank you.
I didn't think about that one for a second.
Chance Thrasher. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
you were saying.
Male dancer.
Okay.
Extraordinaire. Me, Jimmy, Big Tad, and T-Chance all got in a
T-Chance.
custom van and drove to Vegas for the weekend.
Well, you're with him for the weekend. Did you call him T? Did you call him T-Chance? Did you call him TC?
I called him whatever he asked me to call him because his gas was
Noxious.
so, and
Weaponized.
explosive and on demand. I mean, there's, anyone can belch and anyone can fart, but only Jim Florentine can do the on-demand belching,
Right.
and T-Chance could do the farting. And it didn't seem to vary what he ate or what kind of mood he was in. It was bad all the time. There's a small subset of human beings. I know it because when Jimmy did Ben Stein's Money, he had a cameraman who had this problem. Like,
Gift, you mean?
Yeah.
Gift?
Yeah, I mean, I think we make fun of stuff. We're kind of funny. Like, if anything has to do with your throat, we feel bad. If it has to do with your ass, we start laughing. They're equally dangerous. They both could kill you.
Sure.
They're both
Terminal.
horrific, and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. But for some reason, we're so adolescent that anyway.
Ass equals funny.
He had a condition, and he would fart like his cameraman on Win Ben Stein's Money. And when he did, because I don't know that he could stand in one place for 5 hours like shooting without this happening
Right.
because of his condition, he would have to hold a sign up like a soccer ref. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a yellow card.
Yeah, red card,
A
depending on
red
the
card.
severity
Like
of the fart.
he'd have to just hold a card up saying, this happened, do not come around.
Like he's bidding at the worst auction in the world.
Yes,
Holds up a
that's
brown
right.
paddle.
How shaming.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He had a condition, and he was a good cameraman.
Yeah, not his
and
fault.
evidently,
He must have been the
Super
best.
villain.
right. So
around.
anyway, T-Chance Thrasher
That was it.
could destroy us all, and he did. The funniest
Where are they now for T-Chance?
The funniest part is I don't know that he had any intention of destroying us and the van we were in all the way to Vegas and while we're in the room and then all the way home. I don't know that he had that. I don't know that he had that intention.
Yeah, he hasn't harnessed his power. It just happens.
Once Jimmy
Like Elsa.
opened the back door, pardon the pun, to that.
Right.
Once Jimmy announced he was going to destroy everybody. But basically, T-Chance Thrasher would have been like a mild-mannered UFC fighter who
He's
would
not
have,
looking for trouble.
He would have known better to use his skills on the street.
Right.
But as soon as drunken frat boy Jimmy Kimmel said, "You want trouble? You found trouble," that guy painted a smile on his face. He
Wow.
was like, "Oh, this is going to be good."
Right.
I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But now
Provoked
that
me.
Jimmy announced he was going to destroy the van,
Yeah, threw down the fartlet.
now, and it was the worst 4.5 hours in a minivan ever. It could have been the worst anyway, even if he wasn't farting, because it was Big Tad and his brother,
That'll
T-Chance
amplify it,
Thrasher, who was telling us he just got done arguing with his parents over the naming of his newborn son, Blade.
Oh,
So it would be Blade Thrasher,
yeah.
It's good, actually.
although his last name was Newcomb.
Okay.
And he was an exotic dancer.
Let's track him down, Chris.
Get him on the
Yeah,
line.
I don't know if you punch in T-Chance Thrasher, exotic dancer. I don't know if he's probably demoted to driving the van now. Low lookout. But anyway.
I'll tell you the problem with Googling T-Chance Thrasher. There is a quarterback for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers named Chance Thrasher. So that throws everything off. That throws all your searches off.
Thrasher last name, huh?
Yeah, Chance
Wow.
Thrasher. He's at Chance Thrasher on Twitter.
Wow.
Now, so I was listening. So Joe Coy will come in. Hopefully, we'll hit up some Kobayashi. I was listening to me and Dr. Drew. And you know how I love to yell at Dr. Drew because what Dr. Drew loves,
What's your favorite hobby?
he loves to sit there and sort of derail your stories or pick away at them a little bit, or he makes you stop and address his stupid question and then get on with the story. He does not let you flow with the story. This one I found interesting. We brought it up here before, but you've not heard it while Drew tried to pick it apart. I was attempting to tell the story of Papa John Phillips and Mackenzie Phillips and their consensual adult relationship, their sexual relationship. Now, to me, the molestation story is sadly commonplace in our society. Priests and whatnot, counselors.
Yes, a sad cliche.
You don't know how many kids I spoke to.
Creepy uncle.
Yeah, how many Loveline calls I took from 15-year-old girls who were molested.
Right.
But adult consensual sex for a decade.
That's a smaller subset.
It's very rarefied air, and it takes the creepiness to a whole new stratosphere.
That's layers of damage.
Right. So I was trying to explain how insane this was that the guy from the Mamas and the Papas was having a consensual adult relationship with his daughter.
Right.
And we can listen to Drew attempting to undermine that.
I was about
What's
to say,
there to
footnote,
undermine?
does he know Mackenzie Phillips?
Yes.
Is there a sort of softening of the?
I think he does.
I don't know. Let's just, and also he's passive aggressive because let's just listen to Dr. Drew. I think it was Papa John Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
Papa John Phillips was a junkie drug addict
who sexually abused his daughter.
Well, he was accused by her as an adult as having a 10-year
Relationship.
Adult
Style. She was still 16
I don't
or
know
something.
what style. No. They had an adult consensual sexual relationship.
Right.
Now, this is not the 3-year-old slipping into the room. This is
Right.
as adults. We
As
had
she
sex.
was a teenager.
I think she. Okay, now listen. First he goes adult style. It's like, yeah, adult style because they were adults.
Yeah.
They're adults. He keeps like she was a teenager. Like he doesn't know is what I'm saying. Why not just let me continue? Why are you sliding in and sort of undercutting this notion? Now, at a certain point, we find it. I don't know all the official particulars. I know she was an adult and she had a 10-year relationship with her dad. That's what I know. I don't know why he can't just sit back and
See where
hear
this is
it
going.
and see where it's going.
If he knows that she was a teenager when it started, say so. Otherwise, just go with the premise.
Right, he doesn't know anything.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
just throwing stuff in. Began when she was 19, Drew, so shut up.
19?
19.
Is that teen? Isn't that teenager?
Began.
I understand, but it was when she was a teenager. I'm just saying.
What is considered a minor and what is considered an adult in this country?
Depends what you're talking about, but 18.
What are you
18.
talking about? Okay. Guess what's 1 year more than 18?
19.
Toward the adult thing.
Toward the adult.
All I'm saying she had an adult because she's a teenager. She's younger. She's a teenager. I'm trying to paint a horrific story, Drew.
Okay.
Please don't dump your flour on my horrific story.
Got it.
She had an adult consensual relationship with her biological dad that started at 19. It went for years.
Yep.
As an adult, Drew, signing off on
true.
that?
That's true.
Okay. That guy was Papa John Phillips. Went on for 10 years.
I think he also had done something to her when she was younger, too.
Can you see him keep steering it back to? I'm sure he fucked her when she was 5.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it, Drew.
That's how we got here.
That's
It wasn't
called
like one day at 19, hey, I got an idea.
that's called second
Did you care to go to
base
dinner?
for Papa John. May I continue painting my story about having sex as an adult, or will you not let me? Why? What's with that? Why can't he do that?
I don't know. It's that tooth you can't stop, picking at. It's loose.
Well, I wish he'd find a fucking dentist. Okay. All right. I'm going to finish. I was trying to finish my thought, but he wouldn't let me finish it because he kept going. Teenage. Aha.
Teen.
19.
Teenage.
Even if she started at 16, if it went on for 10 years, it's still an adult consensual relationship with your... Can I just finish my story that happened that you don't know about, but you got to jump in every 8 seconds and try to undercut it?
Let yourself finish your story.
At a certain point, I get so distracted and angry, I start yelling at him, and I can't finish my story. And do you know how many times I've said to him, just shut up and let me fucking tell my story. If you've got a problem or you know something I don't know, you shall say it at the end. Okay. I'm positive he did.
Yeah.
Now, let me finish, Drew.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Christ. He had an adult,
Benevolent.
consensual
Well, you know
relationship.
what I'm reacting to is the whole idea of consensual.
She wasn't in her mid-40s.
Yeah, right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
She was an adult.
I'm explaining my shit. Relax.
Stop explaining your shit and start shutting up. She had a 10-year adult relationship sexually with her father, her biological father.
Yeah.
That person, Papa John Phillips, has been less ostracized by our society than the Papa John pizza guy. Another Papa John.
Finally, we get there.
Who was on the phone with his management crisis team, and he basically said, Colonel Sanders used the N-word. Why is everyone coming down on me? And then that person went and said, he dropped an N-bomb, and now he's out. Is that the kind of balance you would like in our society? Papa John, any thoughts? Hey, if you're talking about Papa John Phillips, no thoughts. If you're talking about Papa John Pizza, I got a problem with that, dude.
Out.
All right. Out, I tell you. Anyway, that's the majesty of trying to tell a story in front of Dr. Drew. Now, what were his points?
That she was once a teenager?
Well, he didn't know. Here's what I'm curious about in life. There's a lot of people who jump in. I think there are things we know and things we don't know, right?
Sure.
So if somebody says to me, look, I ordered an interior door, 1 3/4 thick to use with 4-inch hinges, I would go, sorry, that's 1 3/8. Exterior is 1 3/4. I would jump in. I might not, but at least I would know what I wouldn't jump in and then go, I don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
don't know doors, but...
But something's wrong with what you said. That's what Drew does. He jumps in, but he doesn't have an answer. He doesn't know this story.
Yeah, it's your example of either being out in the ocean or being up on the beach. He's in the surf because he has the insight that you have into doors, that he has into addiction and sexual deviance and blah, blah, blah. But if you have an insight, by all means, educate us. But if you don't get impounded by the surf.
He's just there to nitpick your statement, which makes you stop, address his nitpicking, and then go back and restate start your statement. He doesn't let you cleanly get through your statement.
Right. And the point would have been made either way. Like he didn't that his contribution wasn't helping your point.
Yes.
She's a teenager.
Right.
Okay.
Papa John.
Also, I have I don't know why I was laughing about it with Drew, too, yesterday. It had nothing to do with him being a horrible broadcaster.
Oh, was he laughing about that?
I was laughing about Bill Cosby and, my thing about all the dancing, like Ellen, and all the happiness and all that.
There's a nice sheen over your deviant lifestyle.
The Rosies.
Yeah, and I was saying, it's you take guys, I don't know why these two popped into my mind, but you take guys like Mark Cuban, there's no affect there. There's just, I'm Mark Cuban.
Just is.
I have an opinion. I'm not a bad person. I share it. Sometimes you don't like my opinion. Dana White of the UFC. I'm Dana White. I'm not hiding anything. There's no facade of this. There's just, I'll tell you what I think or tell you what I don't think. But I get the feeling that Dana White is Dana White. And I get the feeling that Mark Cuban is Mark Cuban. Now, obviously, Bill Cosby was not Bill Cosby.
Indeed.
He's playing a character. Yeah.
Right. So where do you get the affectation? It's hiding the separation. I don't think there's a separation with Mark Cuban. I just feel like I've met him a few times. I've talked to him a few times. But when you hear him talk, you just go, that's just Mark
just who he is.
Cuban. And you get the feeling that if you're at home standing at his kitchen island eating guacamole with him, drinking a Corona, it would be the exact same person, right?
Sure.
But I was listening, and the reason I was laughing is I was playing the first Bill Cosby Show Quincy Jones song.
Hickaba?
Yeah, and I was just listening to it, laughing, but then I
Makes me want jicama.
started messing with it.
Only get some raggets and some rolls and reason mizers. Ha 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 ha. Every day. Long as I'm away.
Grammy-nominated theme song.
Quincy Jones, right?
Yeah. I feel like Quincy got a lot of mileage out of this.
Yeah. This is his act for many years.
So I was thinking it'd be funny if there was like some original recordings of this, because Bill's just scatting.
Yes, he is.
And I mean, this shit ain't written.
Free flowing.
Dawson, you want to play the engineer in the recording session?
Yeah.
All right, let's play it. I'll be Bill Cosby. We're going to record a theme song to the Bill Cosby Show. All right, take one.
All right, Bill, take one. You comfortable in that mic there?
How's my levels?
Great. Perfect.
Okay, sorry I don't sound like me.
All right, here we go. Take it
Okay.
away.
Roofie! Quaalude! Drop them panties!
Hey, Bill.
Falling asleep, girl?
Bill, can we
What?
cut for a minute?
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say Quaalude. And roofie. First of all,
I'm just
I don't know
scatting.
what a roofie is.
I'm scatting.
Okay. All right. Let's
I'm
go
just
from the top.
scatting.
All right.
I don't know. Here's my thing. It's a stream of consciousness.
Hey.
I don't know what's coming out of my mind next. You know what I'm saying?
You're the boss.
I'm just scatting.
Okay, scat
Get in
away.
the groove.
All right, take two, Bill.
All right, here we go. Drop the panties, girl. Quaalude. Finish the drink now. Chew them panties off. Roofie. Hickaroof. Quaalude.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Quaalude an awful lot in there. Are you?
I don't
scatting?
have anything written down.
Right, and sometimes the stream of consciousness thing, it's just what's on your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's why I'm just letting it flow.
All right. So the show is about letting it flow.
I
and
play
letting it
Mr.
go.
Kincaid.
That's right.
I'm a teacher.
Right. So put
I'm
yourself.
a gym teacher.
Put yourself
on the high school level.
Right. A boys gym teacher.
I think so. I gotta check the pilot
All right.
script. We haven't shot it yet.
All right. So let's get into that mindset.
Okay.
And just let it swing, Bill.
Hypno! Change me now! Take a seat on the sofa! nobody. Fall asleep now. In my bathroom. Gonna grab you. Going down on you while you're sleeping. Don't tell your parents now. Gotta get now. Slipping Mickey now. Spanish fly now.
Hey, Bill. Talking to Quincy in here.
Hey, Quincy.
Yeah.
I love the groove.
We're
Bill,
he
everything's
loves you.
great so far.
Thanks, Quincy.
We're thinking. Have you ever heard the expression "less is more"? You know, so you want to
Let me
pepper
try
these
that.
things.
Less
in
is
there.
more now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where that doesn't feel like scatting to me. That sounds like recognizable words.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're trying to go away from is recognizable words. So I don't want to pretend you don't speak English.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, let's take it again.
Okay. Hickabrr! Hickabrr! Roof it now! Hickabrr! Quaalude! Hickabrr! Gonna get some braggots, some broads, some quaaludes, some Spanish flies, some roofies, and some rum now! Passing out now! Help me get your pants back on! Woo! Hickabrr! Hickabrr! Is that
All right, I think we're gonna stop up for now. But,
Yeah.
That's a usable take.
I think we can work with that. Yeah.
All right, but don't edit. That one works straight through.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
I'm going to start planning my dance routine for my next sitcom. Okay?
All right.
All right, we'll see you at lunch.
Bill had big plans in 1968.
Be a little more honest.
Yeah.
They may have played with the lyrics.
Yeah, he was a gym coach teacher named Mr. Kincaid, who was,
Was it late 60s?
I think it was probably 68, 69, probably lasted a season or two. And he worked at I don't know where he was. Maybe he was in Philadelphia or something. He was somewhere, and he worked as Mr. Kincaid. He was also, I'm
He
pretty
himself went to school in Philadelphia and was a gym
Right.
major, right?
Well,
Or something like that?
Gym major?
I think he was like a physical education
Was
major.
he?
I'm almost
He
positive.
ran track and everything. They do that in sitcoms all the time. They just kind of go,
Some
"What you
version,
do?
yeah.
Make you that." Oh, Joe does a Bill Cosby impersonation.
All right.
Does he want to do one? Well, we'll talk
He's
to him.
not willing.
We'll talk to him about
pimp
it.
him later.
All right. This is news to you, Max. But I told you he did it. Joe did one, right?
Yeah, I didn't say he didn't. I just said I don't remember. So I called him, and he finally called me back.
Yes, I don't remember. I said, yeah.
If I say no, you just say why don't you just say I don't know? So I told you I don't know.
No, but I said, does Joe Coy do a Bill Cosby? And you went,
I don't remember.
no, you said you don't think so.
No,
you
I
said
never said that.
You didn't say you don't remember. You said no. You didn't say no, he definitely does it.
I
You
was
just
very
went like,
careful with my words at that. I'm 100%.
You went,
sure.
I don't, he doesn't, it's not familiar to you.
Right. I
But
don't
you've
remember.
worked around Joe Coy a lot. So
yeah, he does a ton of impressions. So I don't want to say yes or no unless I'm sure.
We had the tape running at the time. Let's see what he said.
No.
Well,
there you go.
That's damning.
Right.
in
All
the
right.
same way, you're not supposed to acknowledge that O.J. Simpson was like a great running back in his day. To kind of like we don't talk about that. Bill Cosby's like special, the hour and a half thing where he was like up there on stage doing himself or whatever it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
not supposed to-
everybody-
Sorry, that's hurtful. I know today, but that's pretty
People
great.
still, people admit it. I mean, they have to. Everyone. By the way,
you have to couch
you
it.
have to do
Yep.
it. You have to go. I know this is not an endorsement of rape, but I get it. We have a contact.
I still can't get over the fact that he played a gynecologist on the Cosby Show.
He played a
Hiding
high
in plain
school.
sight.
Yep,
Gina.
Exactly.
He played a high school gym teacher named Chet Kincaid.
Whitest name
in
I've ever heard.
1969. Now, you know what's always
Chris,
weird?
was he a physical education major?
It's always weird to me. I know he ran track for Temple and whatever, and that sounds familiar. It's always weird to fall. 6 months later, they came out with something I don't talk about very often. A show called The Partridge Family.
What is it called?
interesting.
I gotta
We'll
Google
look
it.
it up.
Partridge Family.
Partridge.
Short-lived, I assume.
Partridge.
Anyway, this guy was
Like the bird?
He was the coach. He was the coach, and so he was just called Mr. Kincaid the entire time. Bill Cosby, like,
Right.
hey, Mr. Kincaid, come here, Mr. Kincaid. I can't play Friday night, whatever it is. Then 6 months later, they came out with the Partridge Family, and there was Danny and Lori and everyone else, Keith, but their manager was Mr. Kincaid, and it was back when there were only 3 networks and
Right.
everyone knew every show.
So there's only 3 names.
I'm just sort of going like, I don't know, if you're going to name the manager,
Of all the names.
just give him a different name so it doesn't seem like we're reminded of Bill Cosby
Right.
when you say Mr. Kincaid, because I
Right.
kept calling him Mr. Kincaid. All right. He was a physical education major, child psychology minor at Temple, everyone.
Oh, no.
Groundwork.
Hiding in plain sight.
And he
Gina.
can run real fast away.
All right. We have, let's see. We have Joe's coming in. We have Adam Carolla's Unprepared from last weekend that Max Zapata made us. First, I think the ball was missionary. I
Ooh.
think that's all it said was
Go a lot of
missionary.
ways.
I don't think I've ever had missionary before. The gal who was pulling the balls was a bit of all right. She was a good-looking gal.
Was that Autumn that called in?
Did a little modeling. Was that Autumn?
No, this is Allie.
Allie.
Okay.
There you go. I'll tell you about her and that in a second. First, J.B. Weld, big or small repairs, home or garage, ordinary household glue. That's ordinary. It's got the word ordinary in it. It needs to be strong. It needs to be better. It needs to be J.B. Weld. We're proud to have J.B. Weld epoxy adhesive as a sponsor. We use it here. We use it at home. We use it in the garage. Everywhere we need to put something together, we go with J.B. Weld. Keep J.B. Weld in your toolbox, in your kitchen drawer, in your craft room. Pros and DIYers have trusted this stuff for more than 50 years, and it's made in the U.S. of A. I've always used J.B. Weld, and I've always used it for metal repair, but now they have plastic repair and wood repair, everything repair, and they have crazy glue, and they have all kinds of epoxies, so don't glue it. J.B. Weld it. Available at jbweld.com, Home Depot, Lowe's, AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly, Walmart, Amazon, Napa Auto, and more. It is J.B. Weld. Allie was from the early show. Oh, this wasn't the blonde. Sorry, this is the other good-looking chick. What a couple of good-looking chicks, right?
Yeah, so if you're talking about the blonde, that is Autumn.
That is Autumn, and she was hot, and Allie was hot too, and she's from the early show, and she worked in a dental lab. I'm sorry for being sexist, but that's a waste of hotness. That is for balding Asian men in their 50s. You know what I mean? Like, that's a windowless room where you're mixing catalyst and
Yeah.
resin together and pouring it into
Right.
a tray.
Those scrubs leave everything to the imagination.
Yes. All right. Sorry. Here we go. All right. Let's pull another one there, Allie. So you work in a dental lab.
Yep.
So you did, well, first off, you weren't in high school going, one day, I'm gonna be in a windowless room mixing up plaster of Paris and making dental dams for the elderly.
Never would have.
How'd you fall into that? Like you was some family connection?
Kind of. My boyfriend's dad owns the business.
Oh, so you're a shoo-in, right? So he gave you the speech like, look, we don't just let anybody walk in. Oh, actually we do, as a matter of fact. Go ahead. Nobody wants this job. He didn't have a coin-op, car wash he could have let you refill the suds at or anything glamorous.
I mean,
Jesus fucking Christ, man. You should work at a hot dog on a stick. Have some dignity. That outfit would be very fetching on you.
wouldn't it?
When you went to churn the lemonade, a small gathering of teenage boys would they'd all be at the arcade going, oh, Allie's gonna be churning in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna get a spot up front. You know, they just fucking sit there. It's just yellow water. The fucking thing's not even hooked up to anything. You want a lemonade? Oh yeah, let me churn for 10 minutes. They just go to the back, dump a thing of Crystal Light, and a fucking tap water. Hey, there we go. We got some fresh stuff in the back. There's more churning going on. Sorry, what's our next ball?
Missionary.
Missionary. The thing about, I guess we'll talk about it as a position. Because I know like Mormons go on missionaries, right? And I guess they got to do a missionary position. I don't like missionary position myself, not because it's not exotic or fun or dangerous. It's just, it's one of those positions where you can't fucking sneak a peek at the clock or Sports Center. You know what I mean? Like, you go doggy, you can fucking talk on the phone. Like, I mean, discreetly. I'm not saying have arguments. You go doggy, you can fucking high five the gardener, like give him the thumbs up from outside the window. Reverse cowgirl, you can work on like crossword puzzles, roll some emails with your assistant, answer text, you know what I mean? But missionary, you're always there. It's always the potential. It's the nanny cam of fuck positions. You better watch it. To be sort of conscious of what you're doing with your face. Can't let too long a period go by without like a, oh yeah. The rally is you're just counting like you're doing push-ups, you know? Once in a while when I'm feeling cocky, I'll try to get a clap in like Stallone, you know? Doing a push-up, hit it once, clap twice, back down. You see the chicks with the big asses and the dudes that are like, God, man, I'd like to get a piece of that, man. She's got that big Kardashian bubble ass. And the dude's like, man, I'd like to fucking get into some of that. I always think to myself, that guy's got a big dick. Because that is way too much fucking hanger for my Chestnut. Like, way too much. Do not need that much. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to take a turn for the sexual. Yeah, she was a hot chick, and so when she got a job at a dental lab, I was like, you don't just hire hot chicks who work at dental labs. And so I said, there's some sort of family connection. Yeah. She said, well, my boyfriend's dad owns that, whatever. But
spot on.
This is why you must profile everyone all the time.
You don't want to, yeah.
It wasn't her dad who owned the dental lab, but it was...
No, it's a family connection.
There's a connection. Mm-hmm. There's a reason the hot 27-year-old works at a dental lab. Mm-hmm. That's how most of life works. All right, let's see. Joe Coy's coming in. Bald Brian is working on stand-up.
Oh, God.
Gina Grad went to a baseball game.
In heaven.
In heaven.
Yes.
I want to know about both these things. When we break, we'll come back with Joe Coy.
Yeah, he's not here yet, but we can slide him in.
Okay. Why don't we take a quick break, and then we'll come back. Take a break. And then I want to hear the difference between going to a Minnesota Twins game and going to a Los Angeles Dodgers game.
Oofa.
Why does everything in LA have to be bad? I guess that's my question. You know, when you go around Portland, when you go around Denver, go around Salt Lake City, like when you go around, you travel around San Francisco, it's like, why does it all have to be bad? All right. Joe Coy's pulling up now. And then Brian is going to tell us about his stand-up. Well, we'll get that with Joe as well. All right, quick break. I'm going to be at the at the Canyon Friday. That's coming up this Friday. And I'll be doing Adam Carolla's Unprepared there. And then Pasadena Saturday, and then Agora Hills on Sunday. So I will be doing stand-up this Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Canyon. All the Canyon they're called the Canyon now, and that is in Montclair, Pasadena, and the Gore Hills. I'll be there. Adam Ray will be there. We need a ball puller for Montclair, so we'll try to work that one out. You can email us questions at adamcarolla.com. Okay, quick break. Come back. Joe Coy right after this.
In the spirit of Murrow, Jennings, Cronkite, here's another great moment in local news.
California's Coastal Commission ruled the couple violated the seawall permit. An OC Superior Court judge agreed, meaning the seawall has to be removed. And without the seawall, it's likely part of the home will have to be demolished. According to the OC Registrar, it rents for, you ready? Nothing big, just 70 grand a month. You can handle that, you know, you're balling.
That's a great moment in local news. Now, back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Joe Coy in studio, coming in hot. Great Netflix special. They're all good, all two of them. This one's even better, and the energy's insane, and it is out on Netflix as we speak. Filmed in, we've talked about it, in Honolulu.
I love you.
Love you, man. And the tour, Just Kidding World Tour. It's in Redding, California, coming up at the Civic Auditorium. That's August 24th. And then Calgary, Alberta, at the Grey Eagle Event Center, and that'll be September 13th. More tickets at JoKoy, JoKoy.com.
Can I plug two more?
Yes.
Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, and then also Tucson I'm playing.
Nice.
We just added that.
Are you on a bus at this point?
We might do the bus again, but I had it for 2 years, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm done with the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you flying commercial in between stuff?
Yeah, commercial, sometimes private.
Sometimes private. Joe, we were talking a couple things. You went and saw the Pacquiao fight, the 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao.
He looks like 30-year-old Manny right now. I don't know if it's the opponents, but I mean, I feel like the last two fights were great opponents. What do you think?
Yeah, you were with everyone he fights at this stage. I don't mean stage, but I mean you're only going to fight the best or amongst the best if you're Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, but what can I ask you why? Man, I'm going to sound biased here, but why does Mayweather fight Kush fights at this age, and Manny's still fighting the elite top tier fighters? Thurman was a champion.
Mayweather
fought a Korean guy that just got done serving bulgogi that day.
Hey, look, he's Money Mayweather. He makes business decisions.
He does make business
He doesn't do they're fighters that want to put on a show and entertain and trade, and then they're guys who'd like to leave with their faculties and their money, and that's Mayweather. And on one hand, people don't like it because it's not an exciting brand of fighting. On the other hand, he's 50-0 or 49-0, or I don't know what he is.
Do you consider that as 50? A boxing guy, which you are? Do you consider his last three fights part of his record? Conor McGregor, the Korean dude that used to work at a restaurant?
Yeah.
And then I think a kangaroo. I think he fought a kangaroo. So is he really 50-0?
Yeah.
He fought a hat rack, I think, in an entry hall. It wasn't even a regulation ring.
It went the distance.
It did. That rack wobbled. It never went down.
That rack, he got racked.
Yeah.
He got racked.
Re-rocked the rack. So you were sitting second row.
Yeah.
You could get sweat and blood on you.
Yeah, it was great.
In Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, there's me.
And what were the sights? What were the sounds?
This is when he knocked him down, and I didn't have my phone. I thought he was going to finish him, because he just got up. Thurman just got up, and then Manny tends to do this. He likes to lay back a lot when he's got a guy. When he's got a guy in trouble, he likes to lay back. Have you ever noticed that with Manny? He doesn't really attack you. He'll bring you down, and then he plays. I don't know why I'm talking boxing. I don't even know the sport.
He bats
I
you
just
around
like to
like a
watch it,
cat.
but he never really goes in and attacks you. He lays back, and he's smart. He's very smart.
Yeah, he is. Well, for some people, they always do this thing where it's like the wounded animal's the most dangerous. But I don't know. Would you rather fight an able-bodied Bengal tiger or one that had a piece of rebar sticking out of the abdomen? Like, I want the wounded one.
That's the most dangerous, man.
I don't know. I feel like able-bodied, fresh off a nap,
Top of their game.
Hungry.
Yeah, that's
just
one I want.
hydrated.
Yeah.
They always say that, but Manny's a very calculated guy. Other guys are a little more sort of see red mist, and they go in for the kill. But some guys get tagged when they're going in for the kill.
But he knocked his mouthpiece completely out right there. He grabbed his mouthpiece, put it back in his mouth. I thought it was over with. I was like, this is going to be a second round knockout, which pissed me off because I bet 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th for the knockout. I picked the middle rounds.
Oh, do you want to? Should we make Joe jealous that we have Manny holding the focus pads for me?
He was right there where you're
right
standing,
there.
Joe.
You had to pay for your space.
Yeah, I had to pay for my space. Look at that. Oh, what a left. Oh, my God. Is that your punch?
No,
Is
I
that your
borrowed
punch?
I borrowed it from Larry Holmes.
Oh, my God, Adam. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Oh!
I'll fuck that new dental work right out.
Yeah, you'll knock my fucking... When was the last time you got into a scrap, man?
You're looking at
The
it.
day is young.
Yeah. Oh, look at that uppercut. Oh, you're doing the mitts with Manny, you son of a bitch!
All right.
He's
I'm
great,
old.
man.
I'm tired. But yeah, I haven't been in a street fight in a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. But I used to. I used to do it.
I think the
But-
last one, I was in Chicago at a bar, and I had to perform that night, lips split open. At bottom and top, just split, just fat lip. I talked about me getting into a fight the whole time that whole week.
Your poor teeth.
Yeah, that's the
what
stupid
happened?
thing. I don't know.
What fight did you get into?
It was a full-on stupid, just dumb. I don't even want to say anything because I don't want to get in trouble.
Why? Well, how
Because
could
it was
you be in trouble?
inside.
How long ago was it?
It was like 10 years ago.
Oh,
I think
statue.
you're
You're
cool.
good.
Yeah, you're cool.
You sure?
Yeah.
100%.
You'll be fine.
I don't know. I feel like this might be the end of my career.
What happened with the bar fight?
No, it just stuff was thrown. You know what I mean? It was more than hands. It was stupid.
What did it start over? Was it a racial thing?
It was dumb. It was me. It was me.
Mouth and
I'm being very vague, so it's going to be a boring pod. But yeah, I have a mouth, and I like to stand, and we will go because I won't back down.
Oh, wow.
So I'm that guy. I'm not that guy anymore. I'm 50.
Right.
I'm 48. But you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
You won't.
I'm Manny. I'm Mayweather's real record.
Did you feel like, is it for you something that kicks in, or is it some pride thing?
I think it's more of a pride. It's stupid. First of all, I always tell my son, don't get into street fights. I've gotten into like 3. And I think they're dumb. Like, especially now, man. I'm watching these IG fights, and these kids are getting body slammed on concrete and getting knocked out. And it's like that. I don't want that to happen to my son.
Give me your best. Give me your best 2 before this that you won't get sued for.
I think my best one is when it was in a Pizza Hut parking lot. So I got 2 in. Yeah, I got 2.
What happened in Pizza Hut parking lot?
He said stop, and I felt like a champion.
So you're winning the fight.
Yeah.
But how did it start?
Over toppings?
They started it. They were being kind of like dicks.
Right.
And it's just a lot of testosterone. That's all. It was a weekend. It was a pizza. It was
Dude, you knew?
Yeah, just a bunch of dudes that didn't get laid, and now we're getting pizza, and now we got to fight.
How much of fighting of your, like I think about me getting into street fights, a lot of it was born of boredom. Like there just wasn't much going on.
Yeah.
Well, the first,
especially that one, that was way back too.
The first beginnings, the sort of kernels of it are based in boredom, and that you're hanging out in a parking lot. You know, my son is like, he's going from laser tag to Zero Gravity World to go see the Avengers movie. There's not a lot of time to scrap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We were like in a parking lot drinking Mickey's Big Mouth, just sitting in a parking lot drinking. So the boredom part actually was the fertile soil for the fight. And
Adam, the beginning of your fight always started like this. You guys want to fight?
Yeah, right. At some point, some other bored group would stumble over to your bored section of the parking lot, and that was 2 bored guys, groups sitting around, and the fight seemed like the logical endeavor. Like, you know, we wouldn't go like, well, let's do a knitting circle, or who's worked on the AIDS quilt lately, or anything like that.
Yeah.
The fight would be something to do.
Right.
It was
sad.
literally something to do.
Yeah.
Like, I think back in the day, guys would go into town and get into a fight.
For a scrap, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's
that's what they
something
did.
to do.
Not anymore.
No.
Nah. I'm not scared of my son. He wants to fight so bad, though. I bought him boxing gloves the other day, and he likes to. They do this thing where body shots only, so they go at it. And he always told me, he was like, "Oh, I body shotted." Blah, blah. He talks about hitting these guys, and I was like, "Okay, that's cute." Then he showed me the videos. I'm like, "Hey, slow down, bro.
Easy. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Someone's gonna hit someone in the mouth, and I gotta pay for the."
No.
Have you seen my teeth?
They're very nice.
They are beautiful.
They look
Thank
good.
you very much.
Yeah.
Get punched in the mouth.
Still have that new tooth smell.
Man,
yeah.
it stunk, bro.
It
stunk.
My
The old
son
teeth stunk.
My son does no fighting either.
Do you want him to though?
No, I would like him. Here's what I would like. I have gotten a lot of mileage out of not living a fear-based life.
Yeah.
I'm now starting to decide that some people have a fear-based life. They just lead their life scared they're going to get into a fight, or scared they're going to get into trouble or an accident or fired or whatever may happen. There's a fear-based version for everything. So if somebody says, you're buying a new house, would you like to rent out your old house? The person that is not fear-based goes, ooh, I could make an extra $6,000 a month by blah, blah. The fear-based person goes, what if a bunch of vandals move in and tear the place apart and I'm left with the cleaning department?
I won't take that risk.
That's a fear-based. You take property. You just take property. How many people have you spoken to who said, I'd like to be an owner, like I'd like to own a house, I'd like to have some property, I'm renting right now, but I have a job right now, and I'm like working as an editor, and we're working on this show, and we don't know if it's getting picked up, and we only have 4 more months left on the contract, and then we have to wait to see if it gets picked up, and if it doesn't pick up, they give you all these reasons, and then you talk to them 8 years later, and you go, have you bought a house yet? And they go, I don't know, it's not the right time, versus, I'm just going to buy a house.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens. I'll make it work. Your ability to, whether it's like you go, oh, I don't know what I'd do if I lost a leg or I lost my eyesight. Our ability to make it work is incredible.
adjust.
You get a house, you do have that editor job for the next 4 months, and then it falls apart. You figure it out. You'll get some roommates. You'll freelance. You'll do whatever.
Yeah.
We can do it, but the fear-based people
Don't take that risk.
take that risk. So I don't want my son to be fear-based. I don't want him to get a crushed orbital socket either.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a combo of I'd like him not afraid to fight, but I don't want him to get into fights.
But I think your son has that look of like, oh, he can't
Who
fight.
needs a blowjob?
That was mean. That was mean. No, your son has that look like the kid that looks like he can't fight, and then he rips the shit out of you.
That's what you want.
Sharks,
That's what you want.
Reluctant to fight, but can fight.
But can fight.
Yeah, that's what you want.
I think that's your son.
Yeah, that's
because he's got your skills. Probably.
Has
Does
to
he
be
have a
dra-
left?
Has to be dragged into a fight.
When he was, I don't know, when he's 5 or 6, I used to kind of hold the pads for him, and he could do it a lot. Like, I could teach him. I used to be a teacher, so I could teach people how to box fairly well.
I bet Natalia could throw down pretty good.
Oh, Natalia's funny. I said to her,
She fights dirty.
at dinner the other night, I said to her, what do you want to do? She's like, I want to be a manager, a professional manager of show business. And I went, why? What makes you think you'd be a good manager? And she goes, because I'm super pushy.
That's true.
Good
Good
you
for
are
her.
super pushy.
Know thyself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I'm a nudge.
my son, I told the story a while ago, but he was wearing a bracelet a few years ago, and I said, oh, Sonny, did your girlfriend make you a bracelet? And he went, no, my boyfriend. He said with pride.
All earnestness.
So
Did he?
that's the
him.
group he runs with.
Okay,
Guys
good.
who make bracelets for each other.
And
love
kick
it.
ass.
Yes. All right. Joe Coy, a good guy to have here because Bald Brian did his first stand-up class last night.
Yeah.
And we're doing laughs for Bald Brian. And that's coming up, what's it, the 2nd, November 2nd, the Avalon.
correct.
And Brian is going to MC this one.
I'm a host.
sweet.
Not me. I'm just going to do stand-up.
You're gonna-
Toughest position.
Thank you, Joe. You got
It
the
is.
easiest job, man. You're just going to show up, tell a few jokes, and have some drinks.
That's right.
That's right.
But this time you're going to MC, so you're working on a stand-up class.
Yeah, so I'm taking my first stand-up comedy class. This is going to go for 10 weeks. It's going to a couple months, most of the summer. Gina has taken the class before, believe it or not.
How dare you?
No, I'm kidding. This was in the radio days? How long ago was it?
Yeah, this is Jerry Katzman, right?
Yeah.
He's great. I started at KLSX because I just wanted to get better at public speaking, doing all that stuff. And I've done his course twice, and I love him. I think he's a great teacher, and I think you're going to like the way he teaches.
I do like the way he teaches. So the first class was just a lot of groundwork, took a lot of notes, as you can see on my 5 subject binder here. He breaks his comedy, his advice down into a very manageable formula where you can turn almost anything into a joke. And we're working out. The first class is all about premises, topics. Obviously, I understand this stuff, but it's very helpful to have it in like a formula form. Like his formula is like, hold on a second. What's blank about blank is that you blank, and so it's like
a math equation.
Yeah, what's funny about parenthood is that you end up blah blah blah, whatever the funny thing is, or whatever the premise is. What's weird about dating is that you the blah blah, and then you have your premise. So our assignment for the first week is just come up with a bunch of premises, and we'll construct some jokes off those in the next class.
Love it.
You want to use my Papa John Phillips fucking his adult daughter theme?
So we would say what's weird about having adult consensual sex with your adult daughter is.
Move this guy to the head of the class.
So there's 10 people in the class. It's 10 weeks long. Jerry has been doing this for a long time. The guy who's directing the documentary about this whole thing has also taken his class. So we got hooked up that way, and was a happy surprise to find out that Gina had done it.
Are you going to be performing at the end of the class?
Well, I'm supposed to, but the performance is when our cruise is.
Okay, new idea.
I have a better idea. Can I jump in on yours?
Hold. I think that you can still get credit if you do your act on the cruise and send it to Jerry.
I can open the live show on the cruise.
You know what I like what Joe does? All confident with his new teeth.
Yeah.
Somebody says, I have an idea. He jumps in and says, I have a better idea.
I do.
Before hearing your idea.
Hey, look,
how do we know yours is better?
Hey, look, I bought my first house with absolutely no money, and I got the money the day before I had to sign the papers.
That's
let's
pretty
talk
high.
about first houses in 1 second, because I do have strong thoughts about that.
Here's my idea. You ready? Mm-hmm. I come back from my vacation in August, which is in 2 weeks, and I'm doing like 16 shows at Brea. Open.
No, Joe,
You're right, Joe. You're right. That was a better idea.
That is a better idea.
That was a better idea.
That is a tall
I'll give you
order
5 minutes.
for
And
someone-
my nephew's doing it too.
Really?
He's 50. He's 50. He's 19 now.
That would be an amazing
and he's
honor.
going up. He's like, I always want to be a comic. I go, let's go.
Oh my God.
Write your shit.
How
get
many
up there.
minutes does he
I'm
need
giving
to
him 5.
do to open? How much would Brian need to do?
Oh, just 5.
Just 5?
I can
That's
put
all you
together
need. You're the
5.
MC, and then you worry about when you're MCing. You get to follow other guys
like
and,
this.
and tag them.
Comment
so it's
on
fun to
that.
run on one of their jokes. and-
Okay. You're
so
talking about
that
the
part's
actual-
easy, but your 5 minutes initially on top. You know, you got to learn how to deal with the dishes coming out and the people clanking and asking for more
right.
food, and that's. I'm telling you, the MC spot is the hardest and
Yeah.
most respected.
Because
spot.
anyone can write some jokes and make them funny. It's just delivering them, dealing with the distractions, the audience, the whatever, the lights. It's it's a whole thing.
You
Here's
wanna
my
try
only
it out?
advice. Here's my only
Well, I
advice.
would
You
love
ready?
to, yeah.
My only advice, and I'm done.
That's it. Oh,
Make sure it's your voice. That's it.
okay.
Talk about you and what you like. That's it.
I have
And
some
this
advice.
class will guarantee that.
I
Okay.
have some advice
I'd like to
because
hear it.
audiences can be tough. Okay. The first time out on
Here it
stage.
comes.
Is this the Papa John's
Jesus
thing?
Christ.
You do 5 minutes? First 4, a lot of inoperable brain tumor talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of softens them up a little
That
bit.
really
you know
is to
what I
work
mean?
the body before you go for the knockout blow.
With the
gonna-
diagnosis.
You're not going to get
Start
the
off like
spinal...
this. Just talking about headshots. Here's a headshot.
It's going to be tough to get the thumbs down spinal tap thing, 2 minutes into the
Right.
set once we set the table with the
Yeah.
inoperable brain tumor.
That you're
I like
terminal.
where your head's
You
at.
know what I'm
Were
saying?
you looking at my notes? Were you looking at my notes?
All right, so first house, Joe
Yeah.
Coy. I
Yeah.
have a story, you have a story. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So mine. I used to.
What year is it?
Oh man, my first house was let's just say 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, and I wanted to get a loft in downtown LA, and but it was too far. So I found something on Coldwater that had a lofty look that looked just like it. So I was like, I want that, and I got the brochure and went on the road, and I would just look at it all the time. But I knew I didn't have the money for it. But then I called.
How much was it?
It was right when the market was coming down.
Ooh.
So it was originally like 800 something thousand and went down to like 650. It was
Unheard of.
right when the market. Now it's already doubled.
Yeah.
It's way up there. And my sister lives in it now. And
She's opening to it, Brad.
she's opening too. She's doing 6 minutes.
6.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
You dreamed about this place.
I swear to God, I'm not even lying. And I didn't have the money. And I remember calling. I thought I had a shoe in with my brother-in-law.
Now, how much down
And I thought
at
he was
this
gonna give me the money.
point do they need?
They needed over 120,000 or something like that. My credit was so bad.
130 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 130. My credit was so bad though. Like I couldn't even get a loan. So I thought I was going to get my dad or my sister's husband to co-sign or at least just give me the money because they knew I was good for it. I was doing good on the road.
Right.
But it's just my credit was bad. So I thought for sure, they'll give me 120 easy. Both of them said no. My dad, initially my dad said yes, and he applied, and that's why I went through with it. And then my dad called, he goes, "It didn't go through, son." I'm like, "Motherfucker." And I didn't want to lose it. It was the last one there. So then I called Mark, and Mark was, "I'll try." And he said, "No, I can't do it." And I was like, fuck.
Brother-in-law, Mark?
Yeah.
He's
And then-
opening.
He's also opening for me
He
now.
got 7 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Son of a bitch.
And then this is how it all went down. My roommate, I was living in Glendale.
Opening.
He had he's also opening for me.
Right.
And he also does like backstage stuff for me. his friend came out. I'll shout him out right now, Vez. Yeah, the nicest Vietnamese man I'll ever met him that night, the night before I had to go pay. He came to visit Walter. I just met him. We went out drinking. We were having fun, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the night, he was telling me what he was doing. He said he was flipping houses. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, now's the best time to buy houses and flip. And I'm like, damn. And he's like, yeah, I got this. And he showed me all these checks because he had investors. And I was like, huh? And it was like $150,000. And I go, yo, Vez, can I borrow 120? I think it was 100,000 I borrowed from because I think I had like 20. And he gave it to me.
Oh, my God.
And he goes, you promised me. I go, bro, I will get this back to you. I promise you I will get this back. And I think we made like a makeshift contract.
A cocktail
Paper napkin, yeah.
And we went to the bank that morning. He cashed it out. And then we went and we paid the house. And I got my house. That's how I got it. And I paid Vez back in like 3 weeks or something like that.
Oh, good for
my
you.
God.
And now it's worth 3 times what you paid for it.
Yeah. It's
3 times,
the best.
fool.
Yeah,
best investment I made.
I bought my first house in the Hollywood Hills under the Hollywood sign in 1996, and I was in the same position, which is I'd been in show business for like 10 minutes. I just started Loveline, the radio show, and wasn't getting paid that much, but Loveline, the TV show, was in its first season, and I was like, I'm going to buy a house as fast as I can. And everyone did what they always do, which is show business is so topsy-turvy. You know, you're here today, you're gone tomorrow. Who knows if they're going to pick up season 2 on MTV and everything else. And I remember just thinking, well, if that happens, then I'll sell it. I'll get it. Maybe I'll fix it up. I'll have it for a year. And if the wheels come off the wagon, then I'll have to sell it. But maybe I'll sell it and make 25 grand. I don't know. It was $350 grand for a house that was literally under the Hollywood sign with a view of the Hollywood sign and a
10 times that.
view of LA.
For 10 times that.
And it needed a bunch of work. It needed a ton of work.
But
I
you're
was,
a carpenter.
I'm a carpenter.
You are
You knew someone.
Jesus.
Yes. So and everyone was going, are you nuts? Like, you barely started. I was in show business. I had paid off my debt to the IRS. I owed the IRS like $5,000. I had saved up just exactly the amount I needed for the down payment. And the second I got to that down payment amount, I was like, we're going house
What was the
hunting.
down payment?
I think at the time they only wanted 10% versus now 20 or 30% or whatever it is. So at the time it was like 10% down payment. So I was like $35,000. That was a king's fortune to me. I was living in a house in La Cañada with 3 roommates and owed the IRS and was paying them like $21 a month in payments and stuff. Like, I was dirt poor, but I'd saved up, $35,000 or maybe $40,000, and it was time to go house hunting, and I just jumped on it immediately.
Joe, when did you buy yours? Approximately the one for $650.
I bought that. It was like right when it crashed. Literally right when it crashed. That's when I
10-ish
bought
years
it.
ago.
It was 10-ish years ago? That's exactly when I bought it.
Wow.
And I remember when they first went on sale, how high it went, and they kept slashing it. And when it got
Just
down to
gotta
like
wait,
6,
gotta
like
wait.
50, I was like, oh my God, I got to get it. And there was only one left facing the mountain.
I want some. We were talking about Kobayashi calling out Joey Chestnut for cheating. I don't know if you have that story,
How do you
Gino, or
cheat?
I don't.
Max
We have
Zapata.
a TMZ clip here.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me hit
Important
Castrol.
stuff.
Let me hit Castrol Edge. We'll take a break and then we'll do that. Castrol Edge. You can tweet us your challenge questions at Adam Carolla Show with hashtag Castrol Challenge with your questions. Castrol Challenge brought to you by Castrol Edge, formulated with fluid titanium technology. What do you got, Max Zapata?
At Pictish Houndsman on Instagram wants to know, what are you going to do with your collection after you go, and can he inherit it?
I'm going old school.
Fair question.
I'm going to be buried in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in all my cars and just dig a big 12-story deep grave and go straight down.
What you
Thelma and
selfish
Louise.
prick. I can see you doing that.
I don't
too.
know, but I got to tell
Fucking
you,
Paul Newman racing outfit.
the race, the Laguna Seca race, is now like 3 weeks away, and I'm starting to dial in the 9:35. Everybody, so we're getting ready to hit the road and go to Monterey and do that race. I don't know. I guess I'll give it to my stupid kids, but
They don't care.
they don't care, and it should be in a museum or something. It's now 11 Newman cars, and hopefully it's going to be 12 soon enough.
You know what they're going to do. Who was the guy, the son of, what's his name, that flipped it immediately? My dad would want you to take really good care of it.
Oh, that was Walter Payton's
Yes.
son.
They're going to go full Walter Payton Jr. on you.
Yeah, that was, God, what was his name? He played.
Was it?
Walter Payton's son was like a DB, I think. He was in the league.
It's not Walter Payton Jr.?
No, it's Jarrett. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, man.
Jarrett did the thing where his dad had the Porsche 930 Turbo, and he was like, "This is my dad's favorite car, and when he died, he promised I'd take care of it. I'm only offering it for sale because I have so much love for the man." It's like,
So
wait a
much
minute,
reverence.
you're selling it? Why you? Wait a minute, you can't say both. Just say you're selling it. But I don't know. Peterson Automotive Museum. There you go. All right. Thank you, Castrol Challenge. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll hear the story of Kobayashi talking shit about Joey Chestnut right after this.
Man, Gina, Brian, I realized recently that there used to.
So, by the way, when I mix that down.
Spaceman, Gina, Brian, I realized recently that there used to be a lot of electric shock-based humor in the early 80s. I feel like I don't see a lot of electric shock-based humor anymore. It's Marco from Albany. Love the show.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, we were talking a few years ago. There's a lot of electric eel comedy and cartoons and stuff like that. I don't hear any electric eel talk anymore. Joe Coy in studio, obviously coming in hot. Funny stand-up special on Netflix. It is out. It is half stand-up special and it is half rock concert. When you do Brea Improv, you do 16 shows there.
Yeah.
How do you whack that up?
I don't know. It's crazy.
How do you spread it out over how many days do you spread it out?
It takes me 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And I start on a Wednesday.
Start on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
What is it? Give the schedule. 2 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 3 Friday.
Yeah,
How's
it's
that
like
work?
it's 1 Wednesday, 2 Thursday. Yeah, that's what it is. 1 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday.
Wow.
And then it goes into the following week.
And that is a big club, I must say.
It's crazy, man.
So
love that club.
Kobayashi is talking shit about Joey Chestnut cheating. Because Kobayashi was unbeatable for about 3 years or something, and then Chestnut came around and has been dominating for like the last 5 years. But here's Kobayashi.
A lot of people seem to think that Joey actually may be cheating a little bit, that he's not eating all the food. I figured you'd be the person to ask.
I have personally definitely witnessed some cheating, yes. One example, we were eating for a pizza pizzone competition years ago, and he was throwing the hardest part to eat, the crust, into the box, the whole.
Well,
That was his translator, by the way.
Yeah, he didn't finish the
Here's
crust.
cheater.
Oh, Kobayashi?
Yeah, I don't need a translator.
I'm from TMZ.
I don't even know that crazy bitch.
I'm from TMZ.
Oh, hi, TMZ.
TMZ. You have a statement to say about Joey Chestnut?
I have a statement to say about Joey the Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Joey the Chestnut.
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 Not the. Joey Chestnut. Do you know how to speak English?
Well, yeah, Joey.
Joey Chestnut.
Chestnut.
Yeah.
So
He cheat.
Yeah. Oh, he's
like
cheating.
your wife.
What?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You say my wife's cheap?
Yeah, that's right. You fuck.
Oh my God! Listen, we're on TMZ, by the
Listen
way,
here,
so we
you
have to
son
air
of a
this.
You son of a bitch.
So
you try to embarrass me all the time. You know goddamn well. Joey the Chestnut shit all the time with the hot dog.
Well, now
in
during
the calzone.
Look, I saw the pizzone.
Here, take a cross. Put in the butthole.
He put.
I saw.
You're saying he didn't?
I saw with
your
own
own
eyes.
eyes. He didn't finish the whole pizzone.
No, half.
He half
Other
a pizzone.
completely in the asshole.
You're saying he keistered the other half
He
to hide it from the
keistered.
judges.
Yes.
So Joey Chestnut
Is a cheater.
is a cheater.
Yes.
And if you just went head to head with Joey Chestnut,
Yes.
in a
I will not only win in the head-to-head, I will also eat Joey's head.
Oh.
you will eat Joey's
I'll
head.
eat all the hot dog.
Uh-huh.
And then proceed to eat Joey's head.
That's
how.
That's Mike.
And then
that's-
we will end.
That's Tyson-esque.
Yeah, that's
in
strong
the
to
threats
Mike.
department. Now, I don't know a ton about competitive eating. I do know the Nathan's competition, which he's dominated for 5 years now.
But they are also in a conspiracy.
Oh, you're saying they're cheating as
They
well?
only want the white champion.
Oh, 4th of July. Uh-huh.
Cannot have a Japanese man.
They're
Win.
scared of a Japanese
Don't
man
want the
winning.
Japanese man representing the champion for the hot dog champion. Mm-hmm. Is not the white too.
Mm-hmm. Like that fateful day on
Joe
December
Chestnut.
4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't want you guys winning.
No.
So it's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
Well, how
Want the white man with the whitest name, a chestnut too.
Yeah, Joey
Not
Chestnut.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, Kobayashi. But now, you eat ribs, right?
Ribu. Ribu.
Ribs?
I eat the ribu, like it is.
Yeah, the ribs. You eat the ribs?
Ribu.
Ribs.
Rib.
Ribu.
Pu. Ribu.
Rib. The ribs.
Barbecue.
Yeah,
Ribu.
Barbecue ribs. Right. Yeah. Hot wings.
Hot wings.
Hot. Hold on. Hot wings. Hot
wings.
Wings.
Yeah.
Okay. Drumettes.
Dramosetto.
Drumettes. Drum.
Like it is. Do.
Yeah, like drumming. Little
like
drummer.
a dramosetto.
Setto.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh-huh. Quesad. Okay.
Say hi. Hi.
Quesadillas.
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 Say queso.
Queso. Dilso.
Ha.
Half.
Like a James Brown. Ha.
Okay, like a James Brown.
James Brown, also Japanese. Hi.
Meatball.
Meatballs.
Meatballs.
Hogesa. Meatball. Hogesa.
Hogesa. Hi. Hey. Ha.
Hit me.
Hit. You feel good?
Very good. Now talking to you.
Okay, so we do the wings, you do the drumettes, you do the quesadillas, you do the meatball hoagie.
Hey.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm dying.
too.
I'm dying to know Kobayashi's workout routine because number one, he eats a ton of food. Number two, the guy's ripped.
Yes, I do crunches.
How do you stay in shape?
Crunches. I also do chin-up.
Chin-ups.
Chin-up.
Chin
I
up,
also do
right?
push-ups. Push-ups.
Okay.
And also jumping a jack.
Do you do...
Jumping
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 No, jumping
Jumping
Jakusa.
Jackaso.
Hey.
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 Hi. Do you do I know you do tacos. Do you
Taco
do
de
the
Tuesday.
barbacoa? Do you do the
Barbacoa.
the pork?
See. See.
See.
Spanish.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he's really into it.
It's just you do the barbacoa pork. We like that. Is that the one we like the best?
Yeah, pork's the best.
Carnitas.
Al Pastor, I think.
Oh, El
Pastor, yeah.
Pastor. That's what I want.
Barbacoa is like the
No, the
beef
carnitas
brisket.
is the best.
Oh, that's
plus
the-
the pork is the best.
Yeah. The
I
El
like
Pastor,
del
yeah.
taco.
Del taco.
Very authentic Mexican food, del taco. In Japan, we all enjoy del taco. Tastes just like Mexico.
Wow.
Well,
No,
let's
Mexican.
say you're driving through the Del Taco and you're ordering.
Yes.
Pull up to the line. What's your order, please?
Please, can I have one box? One box?
One box?
25.
Oh.
25.
20.
Beef tacos. Hey?
20.
Also?
No.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's a problem with the speaker.
I don't want the box. One box.
You want a box, sir?
Yeah.
A box.
Yeah, 25.
25.
Hard shell.
25 hard shell.
Hard
You
shell.
want a box of 25
Ground the people. Ground the people.
ground people?
Ground the people.
What's this, Soylent Green?
Tacos. Hey?
Brown people?
I'm sorry.
Ground the people.
All right. Would you like
Tacos.
would you like a Mountain Dew with that?
Now, one more order.
All right.
25.
I got 25 boxes of ground people. This can't be right.
And a 25.
25.
25 more on top of the 25. Making it 50.
How many Bibles?
No, not the Bible. On top, 25 ground the people, taco.
Yeah.
25 or
Hold
more.
on.
25 or more.
Let me just wave some people
25
around
or
you.
more.
Yeah, hold on.
Hey, shut up. I'm ordering at the taco.
All right. Let me just read this back to you. We have a box of 25 people and a box of 25
Ground
Bibles.
the beef for taco.
Oh, okay. Tacos. Okay, I got. Del Taco. Right, that's in the name.
Hey.
All right. 25
of the more.
25 beef
25 of the
tacos.
more.
Soft shell or hard shell?
So for the shell. First order, second order.
Well, there's two orders.
25
25-0.
ground the beef taco.
All right.
Hard the shell.
All right, 25 hard shell. What do you got? A little league team back there?
Oh, no, one person very hungry. Just came home from work.
Oh, this for one person?
One person, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, 25.
And then a second order.
Hey, hurry it up over there.
Hey, go to fuck yourself.
I got a fucking cell phone?
Go fuck yourself, huh?
Okay, 25.
25 or more on top of the hot shell taco.
All right, so I got 50 tacos.
25 or more.
Okay, hey, can I... I rarely
Can
do
I
this.
speak to the manager?
I am the manager.
Oh, go fuck.
But I still
me.
don't make $15 an hour. Hey, I'm going ahead and breaking protocol here, but I'm just going to open the door. You just take what you want. Okay?
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to
Thank you.
leave the car running. I'll move it.
My friend in the passenger seat would also like to order. It's a Mr. Joey Chestnut.
Oh, I hear that guy's opening for Joe Coy and La Brea this weekend.
5 minutes only.
And scene. All right.
done.
The great
Wow.
Joe.
Thank you.
Return of Kobayashi.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Adam? That was my first character when you were on what was the radio show?
Kalis X.
The Adam Carolla Show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolla Show?
That was like 15 years ago.
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was 15 years ago,
or
for sure.
14
It
or
was 06.
something. Yeah, 06. Yeah, I mean it's coming up on 15. We were talking about that before you came in, which is you were just known as the guy who did that voice, not the comedian Joe Coy.
Yeah.
It's great. You know
what's crazy is Danny Bonaducci was one of your guests, and he really got mad at Kobayashi.
Why?
Oh, was he a guest or was he doing the whole show?
I don't know. It was you. He was on your show.
I do remember.
And you told me to rip into Danny, and I did. And you,
Brian, do you
fucking
remember
loved
that?
it.
I do kind of remember that Danny took sort of a patriotic angle, like how dare you come onto our soil and insult us.
The thing that was kind of
And I said I'd
interesting.
fight him. You remember? I was like, I'm going to fight you. And he was like, I'll fight you.
Danny had kind of a little blurred reality line.
What?
Well, I think it would be the relationship that a 12-year-old has with professional wrestling, which is you kind of know it's not real, but you're still in.
You still want to get your haircut by Brutus the Barber VA.
Right. All right, let me hit the Simply Safe. Simply Safe. Only 10% of break-ins.
It's simply safe.
Simply the best are planned. Only 1 in 5 homes have security because most companies don't make it easy. Expensive, drilling, pulling wires, it's a hassle. That's why there's Simply Safe. 2 eyes in there. Protect your whole home, every window, every room, every door with 24/7 monitoring at a fraction of the cost, and it's just $15 a month. Designed to blend right into your home, and it's won a ton of awards. It's CNET, New York Times, Wirecutter. You can visit them online. It's Simply Safe, SIMPLI, Simply Safe. We all have it. It works great. The batteries last up to 10 years. Very slim, easy to install. Do it in under an hour. SimplySafe.com/Adam for free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial. Just go to SimplySafe.com/Adam. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the news in Gina Grad.
News with Gina Grad. Breaking viral, all those crazy Trump tweets. Give me news with Gina Grad. Trouble in the Middle East. Celebrity drunk meltdowns. Deep news with Gina Grad.
The news with Gina Grad.
All right, I don't want to forget about your baseball story, but now we'll just do it tomorrow.
Sounds good.
So remind me, I got it written down.
Absolutely. Well, two unlikely allies have come to the aid of Al Franken, two people you probably would not have assumed, Adam. Fox News reports that The View host Whoopi Goldberg derided the Me Too movement's rush to judgment for former Senator Al Franken of Minnesota before his resignation last year. And Joy Behar even jumped in as well. She and her co-hosts were discussing a New Yorker story in which Franken said he regretted his decision to resign amid sexual misconduct allegations. Here's a clip of what Whoopi had to say about it real quick.
Due process to me is a must.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens. People, we talk about witch hunts, or he talks about, that's a witch hunt. Because the Me Too movement came up, and everybody said, there was no space to say, well, wait a minute, let's talk about this. I think, and I know, and hold on to your emails and your texts. Okay?
As if you read them anyway.
Well.
So Joy, then she referred to it as a political hit in many ways. And Behar also reflected on Franken's apology, indicating that it was a bad decision because Trump doesn't apologize and he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
The key to success.
No.
Yeah, I agree. And Al, this feels like a sad figure to me.
Well.
I feel bad for that guy, and he shouldn't have done that. And it was all politicized, and it was a hit and everything like that.
And Joy went full Adam when Meghan McCain said something about, the picture and, trying to touch her boobs. And she said, no, she was wearing a flak jacket. He wasn't trying to touch her boobs. She was in a flak jacket.
He was posing for a goofy picture.
Yeah,
trying to cop a feel.
the only problem is that she was asleep, and he admitted that was not right, but she was in a flak jacket.
Yeah, and I'm fine with all of what Whoopi said, and I agree. But she should have had the same feelings about Judge Kavanaugh. She should be.
They talked about that.
Should be consistent, and if she's consistent, then I'm completely cool with it, as long as it's not a political thing. If you need to see, hearsay and innuendos, not enough to convict people.
But he did get his due process. They had hearings, they had witnesses before.
Kavanaugh.
He was allowed to testify.
Yeah, he did. I'm just saying the notion of stories that just keep coming out, but we don't have any place, we don't have any times, we don't have any cooperating witnesses. Just these stories enough to build a dream on. I don't. It's not a good place to head down in terms of society. But yes,
and also I don't know that we have a quote to pull from this time last year. Her saying the same thing. This is a very
I'm guessing he doesn't have that one.
Yeah. So the Louisiana cop who made a threatening Facebook post about Congresswoman AOC has been fired, and so has a fellow officer who liked it. So basically, the officer Charlie Rispoli posted a link to a bogus news story. By the way, it was not true.
I don't know. When someone makes a off-color racial or whatever joke and you laugh, I don't know.
You're
How
guilty.
much trouble are you in? I liked a little more, but I don't know. I feel like that's the online equivalent to laughing at a Pollock joke.
Right.
But anyway.
What did you call him?
Gina, you're in big trouble.
So,
I know. You're in trouble.
He's a funny guy. Can't help it. So it was a bogus news story in which AOC was purportedly quoted saying troops are overpaid. And he wrote, "This vile idiot needs a round, and I don't mean the kind she used to serve," referring to her past as a bartender. After an internal investigation, Police Chief Arthur Lawson fired both Rispoli and the guy who liked the post.
He's got the word law right in his last name, so I think he knows what he's doing.
That's right.
She was saying that troops or border people? What was her thing?
The quote was that, the bogus quote apparently was that...
she didn't say that.
Yeah, was that troops are overpaid. And that
How do we get the bogus quotes?
Well, look at the...
There is a cottage industry.
Look at the website. It's tatersgonnatate.com.
Oh. Vinny Tortorich was not a fan of that website.
Yeah, that's where he found this alleged quote.
I don't know how we got here, but there is a cottage industry on all sides of the political spectrum of just making fake quotes and putting them on pictures and just putting them out there. I assume a lot of it's like Russian troll farms, but I just assume a lot of it's just disinformation from shitty people. There's
Yeah.
a shocking. I follow Snopes, and Snopes is like we'll get to the bottom of this website.
checker.
They're just constantly like, this is fake, this is fake, this is fake, this is fake. All sides.
And they'll tell you, they'll say, this one's a mixture. This is what's true about it. This is what isn't.
Yeah. The thing about right and left in this stuff is,
it's a race to the bottom.
it is. It's also, though, you have to think it is something Trump or AOC would have
Right.
said.
It has to be on brand.
Which kind of means
With the persona.
they earn that spot at least in the space of, oh, he would have said
Yeah.
that.
Right. It
Oh,
could be true.
she could have said that.
Like
right.
attributing something to Mike Tyson. There's nothing crazy enough to be like, no way, he didn't do
Right.
that. Like,
Not
of course he
Mike.
could have.
Right. Well, meanwhile, 2 New York City police officers are being widely applauded for showing restraint as a group of Harlem residents douse them with buckets of water, threw stuff at them as they made an arrest. Before I continue, here's the video just so you can see what we're talking about.
They were making an arrest. And,
So people are just throwing buckets and balls and
That's actually
water
too much.
at them.
There's a bucket being.
They keep tossing buckets of water
Look
at
at a
them and the
little-
actual buckets.
It's a little breakdown of rule of law that's not going to serve our society well. The fact where nobody's scared of cops and people are like physically wrestling with them and doing things to them. It's not good. It's a way to get shot,
The pendulum's
everybody.
swinging the other direction. Like, that cop got hit in the head with a bucket. Like, I wouldn't mind him throwing someone to the ground for that.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
the scene was obviously caught on video, went viral. The NYPD chief, Terrence Monahan, tweeted, NYC's cops and communities have made remarkable progress together, but every New Yorker must show respect for our cops. They deserve nothing less. The officers were arresting a man for disorderly conduct when the community started throwing water at them. No other arrests have been made, but the incident is under investigation.
Yeah.
Why do we always see the video? This is what makes me mad. It's like we always see the video of the end result.
Right.
Of them being
Yeah, that's
arrested.
true.
But we
That's true.
can't, like, can you show me the video before the arrest?
disorderly
I'm sure
conduct.
somebody
What?
has it.
Can you just show me that? Do we have to have the super edit, like, right to the
Yep.
ground and being handcuffed? I get so
did we
mad.
get
when
there?
Yeah, man.
We're the rule law is just breaking down. I mean, that's the homeless situation. The cops can't do anything. It's the whole Ferguson effect. Like, they just can't. They're scared. They don't want to get. They're getting filmed. They don't want to. They don't want the city to burn down. I mean, you take a look at Ferguson. You get this guy, the gentle giant teenager. He does this like strong arm robbery of a liquor store on someone who may be opening at the Brea Improv for a show. He may be a family.
Yep.
He like walks in, he knocks a guy down, he takes a bunch of stuff. Then he walks down the street. The cop tells him, get out of the middle of the street. He's like walking down the middle of the street. He, I guess, doesn't get out of the middle of the street. Now, the grand jury came back and everything. He wrestled with the cop for his gun. Like, at some point, the cop came up to him, and then they struggled. Okay, we're going to burn the whole fucking city down, and cops are scared to get out of the car, and they brought in, I don't know if it's Eric Holder or the justice, whatever, and they didn't find anything. They found it was as it was. They had an eyewitness saying the cop shot him in the back. He didn't shoot him in the back. The guy lied. They brought it in front of a jury. They found DNA like on the gun, and the fucking city burned down. Obama was like, oh man, we got some bad cops over here in Ferguson. It wasn't bad cops. This guy was a fucking thief. He walked into a liquor store and robbed the liquor store, and then a cop showed up a little bit later and told him to walk on the sidewalk. This is the threshold for burning a fucking city down now? And then what are the cops supposed to do in this situation? Like, not get out of their car? I guess, whatever. Hey, crime-riddled neighborhoods, you guys, now we're going to have more crime. There's going to be more violent crime because cops and Black Lives Matter, fucking statistical lie. They fucked it all up for these people. Everyone has to go along with Black Lives Matter because we're scared. No one wants to be called a racist, so everyone just goes, okay, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, okay. Statistically, they cannot bode that out at all, what they're talking about. Of course, when Daniel Shaver gets shot in Mesa, who's white as a ghost, we don't hear about it because it doesn't fit a narrative, and more black people are going to get killed because cops are just going to go, either I'm not going to be a cop or I'm not going to get on my fucking car. This is not what you're looking for. We need respect for the cops, and the officials who are in charge of the cops can't be scared the constituency, they have to back the cops, and they have not backed the fucking cops. Everyone backed off. Nobody's running on law and order. Everyone's running on prison reform. Everyone's running on fuck the cops. Like all the candidates are running on prison reform, not law and order. So there's just going to be more of this. People get emboldened. They're just emboldened. It's the same thing in the classroom. Like they're throwing punches at teachers and stuff. The stuff we didn't dream of, putting our hands on a cop, throwing a punch at a teacher, the stuff that didn't exist, it exists now because we've gotten rid of fucking law and order, and we've decided that everyone in prison, like you hear Whoopi, God bless her, with Al Franken, but when she's talking about people in prison, she's like, oh, that could have been any one of us. Any one of us that robbed a bank. Yes, it could have been any one of us who's in prison. Stop pretending that everyone in prison is not a fucking criminal. I was a low-level offender. He tried to sell a doobie at a Fish concert. That's not who's in prison. A lot of violent fucking guys in there who committed a lot of crimes. We're letting a lot of them out. We're not enforcing anything. Everyone's just living on the street. The cops can go fuck themselves if they tell someone, if they start packing up someone's shit on the street, they'll get sued. So you guys want to live in the breakdown of law and order. That's what we're living in. There needs to be oversight, and there needs to be bad cops pulled out of commission, but the answer isn't fuck the police. That's just going to get more people killed. Yes?
Yeah.
100%.
Jesus Christ.
No, I loved it. That was a great rant.
If they don't want to step in
Thank you.
anymore, absolutely.
The whole studio should have went black and just a spotlight on you. That was amazing. That was so good.
There
You didn't notice that?
there is the
I loved it.
Ferguson effect, which is cops don't want to get involved now, and thus there will be more people getting shot and stabbed. Because why would you get out of
What's
your
in it
car
for
as a
you?
cop? Yes. All right. I don't know. What was the findings on that whole Ferguson? Like, hands up, don't shoot. No, he fucking wrestled with a cop, and then he got shot. That's how it worked. But we don't have that story. That's not how it worked. By the way, how do I know he wrestled with a cop? Because 5 minutes later, he was wrestling with a liquor store owner. He's a guy like to tussle, I'm guessing. He had a liquor store owner go, hey, you can't leave with my Tipperillos, and he fucking pushed him down. Like
A real Sonny Carolla.
He was
Like
a guy-
scrap.
He didn't have a big beef with putting his hands on people who are in a position of authority. It could have been a theme. Anyway, gentle giant, hero. Anyway, fucking Black Lives Matter. Fuck them. And everyone, and not fuck Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter's just trying to get money, or they're just trying to get power, or they're just trying to get whatever. It's all the pussy whiteys that fear all these guys. Everyone's in fear of being called racist, so they don't say anything. Okay, good. See how it works. See how it goes. Found no. All right, you figure it out, Max. The investigation found no evidence that he had his hands up and said, don't shoot. Well, and it just keeps going. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, one more cop story might not like these guys as much. The New York Daily News reports that police officers in Cobb County, Georgia, posed as construction workers this week to bust distracted drivers. So here's how this went down. Officers worked undercover, dressed up as construction workers at 9 a.m., right during rush hour, until noon to catch drivers using their phones. When they
Here's what I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like the police woman dressing as prostitutes.
Debate.
I don't like the cops dressing as construction workers. You got to be in that fucking uniform.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They'd radio ahead to patrol cars down the road, and they would just swoop in and pull over the dude that these guys saw. It resulted in a total of 65 cell phone violation citations, 16 seatbelt violations, 7 license violations, and 13 just miscellaneous.
Just because we need money.
Ducks in a barrel violations.
Who beside, or maybe Mike August, I don't know, who is holding their cell phone to their ear in 2019 when they're driving? I don't care about the safety part, just who doesn't have an earbud or who doesn't Bluetooth up in 2019.
I agree with you on that respect. I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here and say that I'm kind of glad they were at least giving out the distracted driving tickets, because at least in LA, it's not up to the ear. I I drive from the west side to here every day.
Is this part of the act?
I see multiple people.
page two.
Check this out at Brea in August, opening for Joe Coy. I see multiple people every day driving from the west side to here, looking at their phones, swerving a little bit because they just kind of drifted when they're looking at their emails or texts or God knows what, Facebook.
Right.
The distracted driving is not to the ear. It's not to the ear. It's just
Right.
glance at the
Your
phone,
eyes
glance
are
at the phone,
averted.
send a text, reply to I think that's fine where they're giving the tickets. The other shit, it's like
Yeah.
there's
There's 65 of them.
I agree.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So Joe doesn't like it when we don't see
my
what was
time.
leading up. Bow
Hold
ties
on. Hit him
blinking.
with the flashlight, Joe.
Don't tell stories.
Let me
Tell
light
jokes.
you real quick, please. What's the light?
One more thing. We do have some video that's pretty hilarious and disturbing.
Acknowledge the light. How do you acknowledge the light?
that's my
Show
time.
me.
That's my time,
No,
everyone. Thank
acknowledge
you.
the light. You have 30 seconds left.
Do you have a little one of these?
No, that means good night.
What
Just
do I do?
nod,
Just
nod.
nod, just
There you
nod?
go. But
Okay.
not like you're.
So
not
nod,
like
don't
no
nod,
arigato.
but don't
like
nod.
Just,
Don't
just
nod,
like,
nod.
Like a little. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Practice.
Little
Here, start-
acknowledgement.
do a little bit of your bit. Do a little bit. I'll give you the light. Go.
Okay.
Go.
Here's the thing. I drive from the west side to Glendale every day, and I see tons of people.
No.
Smooth as
Don't do it with a
velvet.
deep breath.
Okay.
Let it be fluid.
Well,
Just
it's
acknowledge
my
the light and
first
keep
time,
talking. Right
Joe.
now, start again. Go again.
So I drive from the west side to Glendale. Gotcha.
No. Jesus Christ. Adam, can you throw some tissue paper at him?
Do they? I'll throw like a nacho chip at him.
All right, you ready? Let's go. Ready to go. Do your act. Go.
I drive from the west side to Glendale every light. Gotcha.
And
Can do.
touch it.
Joe, do you ask for the light in like when you're working out, like when you go to the Comedy Store and they go, we want 20 minutes. I always go, okay, give me the light at 18 minutes. But when you're doing your act, and your act is an hour or more or whatever, I'm not talking about filming a special. I'm talking about Brea.
Yeah.
Do you tell them, give me the light at 50 or 45 and I'll transition into this other thing, or do you use it at all?
At Brea, I'll do the first show. I keep kind of tight, but I'll always say just let me know when it's an hour. That's what I'll say, and then I'll try and get off.
Put that light on in an
just
hour.
give me an hour. Let me know that there's an hour. The second show, I'm like, don't give me a light.
Right.
The weird thing about driving from the west side to Glendale is.
Hold on, let me give him a light.
Get the light. All right, let me hit Geico. You cue up your next story. Everyone's
sorry,
got
Gino.
the
No, it's
to-do
okay. It was
list.
worth it. It was worth
Okay,
it.
okay.
Geico. Save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance. You don't have to go anywhere. Just go to geico.com, and in a few minutes, you could be saving tons of money at geico.com. 15 minutes could be saving 15% or more on your auto insurance. Take that extra money, put it in your pocket. It'll be the most rewarding thing you do all day at Geico. That is geico.com. YouTube star Logan Paul is coming in tomorrow. Is Logan Paul going to, fight somebody?
Depends if we insult him, I suppose.
No, we were talking
No,
about
you're thinking about
fighting.
Justin Bieber was going to fight
Cruz.
Dana White.
No.
What?
Justin Bieber's going to fight Tom Cruise.
No,
Tom Cruise, that's
Logan
right.
Paul, for some reason, because I watch TMZ religiously, I think is training for a UFC style fight with somebody.
This
But
is
I
the
might be
thing.
making that up.
Remember the Bagel Boy? He's fighting.
He's fighting.
He had a fight last year against KSI.
How'd that go?
That was
So he's training. He's training for a UFC. I mean, not UFC, but a mixed martial arts stuff.
yeah, he does fight.
Who's KS?
He's a big guy.
Who's KS? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
KS1?
He's a YouTuber as well. So
Oh,
there's-
okay. It's like a YouTuber fight. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Adam, I forgot to tell you something. Oh, I'm sorry. There's more news. I'm sorry.
No,
You know,
please.
Kaylin and Chris Loxamana, I gave them the dare to go up on stage.
And?
And Chris was like, "Oh, I'm down. Let's do this." And then he got the other guys to go, Dre and Kaylin, right? And then he hyped them up, so they were like, "All right, yeah, we're all gonna do it." And then I go, "All right, you got 2 weeks to get ready." And then guess who bailed?
Max Zapata.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shit.
yeah.
all of it for you, and Brad.
Huge pad, huge pad.
Chris should
guess,
do some-
Guess
some-
who killed?
Kaylin.
Kaylin sucked. Look, Dre crushed. No. Dre, my brother-in-law, did great. Kaylin went up.
Joe sets 12 minutes long. There's a bunch of openers and he knows on his family.
Chris,
Hey,
Smart.
Chris did not show up.
Good enough
anywhere.
for Cat Williams. Good enough for
That's
Joe
right.
Coy.
Are comedy songs still a thing, or is that 80s? Could Chris do that with his little guitar?
Oh, he should do
Do
that.
some parodies?
Yes.
He's too short to see the light. How's he know when to get off?
Oh.
I just stay on stage.
So this is some great video, and I really, really want to share with you. A woman flew into a rage on a flight and hit her boyfriend with a laptop for looking at other women, according to The Sun, and we have it. The raging passenger can be seen berating her partner her on board the packed flight from Miami before things turned violent. So to set the stage, because I have 2 clips, set the stage. Here's the first clip of the couple arguing before things heated up a little more.
Shut the f*** up. Yeah, you better believe it. I wear the f***ing nut in front of public. You want to try to look at other women? I'll f*** you. You ain't gonna look at other women, and you ain't gonna tell me you're looking at other women.
Listen, we have a little child right behind you.
Yeah, I know. I f***ing consult the f***ing child.
There's a little boy right behind you.
I already know.
Okay, so she said, and I quote, "I wear the fucking nuts in public." Thank you, Brian. After she continues to berate this dude, flight attendants ask the man to get up, and that's when she gets really pissed.
Definitely not a Jew.
She follows him down the aisle, smacks him with what's being reported as her computer, punching him in the back. She then has a very flippant response when she's told she's about to be brought up on charges. Here's that clip.
You shut the f*** up. Shut the f*** up.
Okay. All right, Sarah, you're gonna come up with us.
No. Oh, you gonna come up?
Yeah, man, I'm getting up. Man, get up. You're assaulting me, man.
Oh, I'm assaulting you?
Yeah,
I remember for f***ing years. I'm assaulting you?
Wow.
Really going for
I was going
it.
to throw a bucket of water on her.
I'm gonna get my purse.
Wow. Gonna get my purse.
Do you want to say I'm assaulting you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, yeah.
You memo?
Ma'am.
Yeah, I'm going over there.
You're going to be charged with assault.
Fine, whatever.
That's a flippant response.
Yeah. Come on, Memo.
Wait, were they together?
Yeah.
Why you calling her ma'am? Ma'am, you're assaulting me.
No.
No, he was like, "Man, you're assaulting me."
Oh, he said man.
I think so.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I am telling you, look, this is stupidity, prescription meds, but it's also a video game approach to life where all lines are blurred, where you just don't really know what reality is or where you are or who you're doing it in front of. Like, the dumber you are, the more you'll do in front of other people. So when you're super fucking dumb, you'll have loud arguments at restaurants. When you're smart, it feels wildly uncomfortable to be having that display of whatever in front of other people. Or like, think about those people. You ever see those people that are like beat on their kids in the middle of a mall? It's like a crowded mall, and they're like smacking on their kids and screaming at them. Look, okay, when you're a reptile, you don't know where you are or who's watching. Do you think a anaconda or an alligator cares who's watching it do whatever?
Very little self-awareness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at some point, you move a little like past the animal kingdom, and you get into like a chimpanzee, and a chimpanzee has some thoughts about who's around. Maybe it's just because they want food or something. Then you get into sort of Floridian white trash. There's a black version. There's a Hispanic version. But the dumber you are and the less educated you are, the further you are away from where you are and what's going on. Like, I don't know, there's a sexual version of this where it's like, you want a blowjob? It's like, I'm sitting in the middle seat on a Southwest flight. Yeah,
Yes
but
or no question.
that guy's reading a Sky Mall. I'll give you a Hummer. Like, there's that. And then there's... But again, there's like the way you talk to the cops, the way you talk to your kids, the way you talk to your spouse. Like, you don't make a distinction between being in your house and in your kitchen and alone in the way you talk to your spouse, or being on a flight and the way you talk to your spouse. It's a kind of a stupidity, and it's being exacerbated by all this fucking high self-esteem and your opinion is right and it's your world, we're just living it. Everyone has been hit with fucking creatine and supersized with this attitude, and so they don't even know what's going on. Like, this person doesn't even know that what she's doing is wrong or care.
Or the people that are looking or paying attention.
And then they're confused when they have negative circumstance or negative outcome, when there's consequences. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you holding me down? Like, why are we turning the plane around? Like, what do you mean why? We just did this
Were you here?
We did this whole thing.
Yeah.
We are breeding more and more of these people, or maybe we used to have a lot of them, but they stayed on a farm.
Yeah.
They took the bus.
And they just argued with scarecrows or something. Now they're on a flight with us. Fucking, these people need to be tagged.
Yeah.
By the way, we make fun of China with their whatever, their minus points
Sure,
for
so social,
humanity
yeah,
and
social
stuff like
points,
that.
yeah.
I want this chick with a fucking ankle bracelet, which is no more commercial airliners
Yeah.
for you. 5 years, sweetheart. 5 years and a certificate from a psychiatrist before you get on to another fucking commercial
Yeah.
flight. Yes?
Please.
A tattoo that fades after 5 years. You got to wear it for 5 years.
By the way, that boyfriend of hers was just a fat fuck. Like, who's he eyeballing on a plane? He's going to get busy with.
Hey,
Yeah.
you like this?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Rush and I saw what Liam Hemsworth could do on a plane, but I don't think that's him.
No.
That guy couldn't fuck a guy in the bathroom because he's too fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
He couldn't get another human being in that bathroom without suffocating the
It's
person.
a solo bathroom.
It'd be
for that guy.
necrophilia.
Poor guy.
Then he got hit with a computer. What's she need a computer for, by the way?
It was the next door neighbor's computer.
She's not doing spreadsheets
No.
for a big Wall Street company.
Yeah.
She's shopping, right?
Yeah. She's on a conference call.
Is it safe to say that those
PowerPoint.
are the two annoying couple? That's the two people you don't want to sit next to on a
Yes.
plane? And I'm
Fair
not
to
talking
say.
about the argument.
That's
I'm
fair to
talking about
say.
all the shit that they had with them as
The
well.
multicolored hoodies.
Yeah, the goddamn big computer,
Yeah.
the fucking purse. It's
Just
like,
the carriage alone. Like
Yeah.
they're both going 255 plus, and you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
squeeze in next to that.
it's a Southwest flight. They're dressed like they're on the top tier of the Titanic.
Let me hear her again. I want to hear her. I want to hear her again. I
think she said. I think he said, "Ma'am."
I got her queued up.
I wear the fucking nuts in public.
There she is.
Let's play this.
You shut the up. Shut the up.
All right, Sarah, you come up with us.
No. Oh, you gonna come up?
Yeah, man, I'm getting up, man. Get up. You're assaulting me, man.
Oh, I'm assaulting you?
Yeah,
I
stop.
Man.
I didn't know you like
I'm
that,
assaulting you?
Everyone's grabbing their own heads.
A lot of cell phones
Look at my
going.
purse.
Look at her.
Jesus
She's just
Christ.
pushing people.
Do you want to say I'm assaulting you?
Yeah.
Who was? He was looking at other women.
Maybe on her laptop.
Oh, just two big annoying purses. Look at that. They're unbendable purses.
Their glitter backpacks.
A glitter backpack, the big Gucci purse with a bamboo handle.
Yeah.
You're on a Southwest flight.
Jesus
Middle
Christ.
seat. Slow down.
I've been saying this for years. We're gonna have to put the fucking shark cage in the back of all flights over 2 hours because I don't want to
Con Air
divert.
style.
I don't want to land in Denver.
I didn't know you said that. That's
just
great.
fucking put them in the back and lock them up.
Lock them up.
Lock them up.
Yeah. Why do we have to change routes? So we have to drop you two fucks off.
Right.
Stay in the back. I'm trying to get to JFK.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring it home, baby girl.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. I wear the fucking nuts in public.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Gina.
There is a part of me that wishes Lynette cared that much.
She does care. She loves
Beat you about the head.
There's a
that kind
part
of
of me
passion.
that wish she had that kind of zeal, that kind of passion.
She loves you so much.
enthusiasm.
I did her pod, and she goes, "My life changed when I met Adam."
But did she say for better or worse?
A single
She
tear.
said for better.
A single tear rolled.
It was a lateral move.
I'm gonna say I gotta finish that story, man. He said, "I don't even know you like that, man."
No,
Shit, they're
Yeah,
not a
man.
couple.
Oh.
He goes, "I don't even know you like that. You're hitting me. You're hitting me." And then he goes, "I don't even know you like that, man."
We got to dig deeper.
I don't think they're a couple. I think they're
feel
just two annoying
I
people
feel there
sitting
were-
next to each other.
I feel there was some history other than when they're boarding the plane. Because if
They met at the
if
airport bar,
she
you're
in fact met him when they sat down, I'm now going to upgrade her from ankle bracelet to destroyed, like
Yeah.
put down,
Terminated,
like a
yeah.
bad dog. Like if you're telling me they just sat next to each other
random.
randomly,
Yeah.
she needs
And
to be
this
put down.
escalated to that, yeah.
She needs to be put in a wood chipper.
He's
We
an
need to
asshole.
push her off
If they're a couple, he's an asshole for letting her sit in the middle seat.
Well,
That's an asshole move.
He's incredibly abused and tormented in his
Yeah,
life. Poor
that's
thing.
true.
He'll be opening for Joe and Bray.
Yeah, he'll be opening for me. We're going to be bashing
Bring your laptops.
computers over his head.
All right. Castrol Edge, stronger under pressure with fluid titanium, transforms under pressure. Keep the metal parts from rubbing and robbing. Power 3 times, fool.
3 times, fool.
Stronger than leading full synthetic against viscosity breakdown. Castrol Edge. Joe Coy
I
coming
love you.
in hot. Funny stand-up special, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I've seen a few stand-up specials where maybe they could have waited a few years. They didn't need the stand-up special that quickly. Joe Coy he's earned his stand-up special, and it is funny. Coming in hot. It's available now on Netflix. Also, there's live shows coming up all over the place, and you can go to jokoy.com, JOKOY.com, and find out where he's playing. Me, live shows everywhere, too. Go to adamcarolla.com and check out my special, Not Taco Bell Material, and that's on Chassis, and I think get on Amazon or YouTube or something. I don't know. Wherever you get those things.
Where do you get it? It's Amazon. I bought it.
Amazon.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
man.
And Apple TV as
There you
well.
go.
And you can watch my stand-up channel on youtube.com/Adam Carolla. And Meme Gods and Bald Bryans and all that. Just go to adamcarolla.com for all the stuff you need. Until next time, Adam Carolla for Joe Coy, Gina Grad, and Bald Bryan. Say it. Mahalo. Who needs a blowjob?
Follow the Adam Carolla Show on Twitter at Adam Carolla Show. Follow us on Twitter at Adam Carolla. You can leave us a voicemail with your questions and comments at 888-634-1744. Subscribe to Take It E for a weekly dose of inspiration and motivation. Click the link at adamcarolla.com. The Ace Man is everywhere. Check for tickets and info on everything at adamcarolla.com. And stay tuned for AP News.